Hi friends and fellow intuitive academics, my name is Shelly and I am an educator healer, and on this channel I draw from my intuition and my lived experience as a PhD to offer you guidance on your academic journey if you're on one, but also your life path more broadly. And in this time that I'm filming this reading right now, it is the energy of the second full moon in Capricorn for this year, 2024. So we had our first full moon in Capricorn in June 21st, and the second one is happening July 21st. And it's pretty rare to have two full moons in the same sign. And this is Capricorn, which is a sign that kind of points us towards our successes in life and our abilities to develop our careers and our study paths. And so I really wanted to take advantage of the energy to get a message for you about your career, your work, or your study path ahead. And I wanted to get a message from your ancestors specifically. So this is a reading where we're asking your ancestors on guidance for the path ahead for your career, work, or studies, however you see that path, or however you define that path for yourself going forward. So I'm going to start with some kind and caring messages from our therapists. This will be a pick a card reading, so I'm going to get three different readings together that you can choose from. So our first reading is, ooh, I love this. It looks like a phoenix. It says, "You will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again." Wow, powerful. So this would be for reading number 1. I also felt this one. "I am a work in progress and that is okay," for reading number 2. And then there's one kind of sticking out here. "You are capable. You can do this." That's so cute. For reading number 3. And I also felt like I wanted to add up a tarot card for each reading to help you decide. If you already feel drawn to one of the 3, you can jump ahead to your reading. But if you need a little bit more imagery to help draw you, then you can stick around for this tarot card drawing. So for reading 1, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Lots of fire there between the two. For reading 2, we have the Queen of Cups upright. Very watery symmetry here too. Interesting. I actually feel this one for 3. 4 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so you can kind of see where your attention or your feeling is being drawn to. So you might see that you're like kind of studying one of the images a little bit more. That could be a key indicator that your intuition is drawing you there. You could also kind of like check in with your emotions and your sensations and like go through each of the images and check in, like, how is this one making me feel? How is that one making me feel? Sometimes that can be the draw to your pile. So sometimes like a pile will make me feel very excited, and sometimes a pile might make me feel very comforted. And then I might choose both of the readings to hear the message for those two different, hear what's said for those two different kind of directions of readings. So I leave that to you to figure out on your own and trust yourself with that. This is coming from your ancestor guidance, so you'll be able to key into your own ancestors to help guide you to the right pile, the right reading for you. I'll leave this on in silence for a few seconds and you can kind of touch in with yourself. Pause the video if needed, and I'll see you ahead in your reading. Hi, reading one. So you are drawn to this card. You will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again. So I really get this almost like a tower card energy of things just burning down so that they can begin again. It's kind of like in farming, there's a type of farming. I'm forgetting the name because I'm not a farmer, but I remember learning about this in one of my classes that sometimes the crops or from the previous cycles of maybe uh, a few years, 2 to 8 years, will actually be burned down so that the soil can be revitalized and be used for a different type of crop to be grown in that place. And I get that message coming in for you that I feel like you're looking at something as if everything has burned down and is gone, but your ancestors are asking for you to look at it in a different way. Look at what has happened for the soil that has been revitalized instead of the crops that have burned down, because it's the soil that matters. It's the soil that is the thing that can keep regenerating something new. And you are growing something new, something that you haven't had in your life before now. And so that's really kind of exciting to see coming through. Where will this fit? Maybe here. And then you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'll just turn it upright so you can get a better sense. So the Queen of Wands, also this fiery energy. And so I want to bring in the sense of the phoenix rising into your Queen of Wands interpretation. There's something that's standing out to me about the Queen of Wands here with the multiple arms coming out. It makes me feel that you have a lot of choices right now of where you can begin again, where you can grow in your next direction. Another thing that's standing out to me is this tiny bird on the top of the staff. It makes me think of your ancestors showing up in imperceptible ways to guide you, almost nearly imperceptible ways. So you are kind of fine-tuning your communication with them, and they might show up as very small birds too. So if like very small birds arrive to you in very kind of like out of the ordinary ways, you can start to learn that as a language between you and your ancestor guidance, pointing you in the right direction. So if you ever feel like you're in this moment where you have a lot of possibilities ahead of you, you're not sure which way to go, you can tap into your guidance. Do you see how the bird is only pointing in one direction? It's this direction. And it's actually, is it the only finger that's pointing? Oh no, there's several. But it's like your ancestors will help you select the right one. But also, I also get like a multitasking energy here. So I think that's speaking to the reversal, that you might feel like you don't know which direction to go. And so you're kind of choosing all the directions, and that can be something that overwhelms you and overwhelms your energy and kind of like consumes it and burns you out. So there's something, there's like kind of like a little tap on your shoulder message happening here that, yeah, all of these possibilities are possibilities, but you're only human, and there's only like a certain direction that you really need to be going to kind of, what's the word, like condense all of that fire, creative energy into that one direction, and it'll be so overwhelmingly successful. But I feel like there's still more to be said about the reversal, so we'll get some more cards. I'm going to bring in another tarot deck. So what are our ancestors telling our reading number one? on their path forward, which way are they being pointed to with our ancestor guidance? Any helpful advice for the immediate and long-term future of their career, work, study path ahead? Okay, so you have the Broom in reverse, and this is the Death and Rebirth card in reverse. Major Arcana. Interesting that these are powerful cards, but they're both in reverse. Yeah, something is being stalled either by resistance or by lack of clarity of which way to go forward. 5 of Cups. Knight of Cups. And the 4 of Pentacles. What I'm feeling here is that there's a situation you want to leave from, but you're feeling like physically or emotionally something is blocking, like you feel like you can't leave, and this is causing you a lot of disappointment. I get the sense that you feel like you're missing out on opportunities because something almost has like a hypnotic hold on you, holding you back from leaving something in a like significant way. So what's coming in here is that you have the opportunity to be able to break this barrier by embracing the Knight of Cups momentum. So the Knights are all about motion and action. And so this is directing you to the type of action you can take to break the barrier to leave this situation and kind of like free yourself from this hypnotic cycle that you've been stuck in. This could be like a program or institution you're at for a study. It could be like, say you've committed to a path of study in a degree program and you realize that's not really what you want, but you've already put in like many semesters towards that direction. And so you feel like you're very locked in and you can't really make the shift that you want to do. The Knight of Cups is telling you to look within instead of looking outside of yourself to make this decision. Let your inner guidance, your inner heart, your inner light be the thing to lead you through this situation. So this means like if you're looking at factors like that, like, oh, I've put in this amount of time, I've already completed these milestones, I've already invested this money, so I can't leave. Those are external reasons. The Knight of Cups is asking you to look internally, because I think you're not looking at the internal reasons to make the decisions that you want to make. So you might go back and say, well, I do have all these semesters, but I'm miserable. I do have all this money invested, but this is not the direction I want my life to go in the end, you know? So if you start accounting for the inner heart, the inner reasons involved in this situation, it's going to give you a lot of ammunition or a lot of diesel to be able to break this barrier, to get out of this cycle and rebirth yourself into a new cycle. So I just kind of channeled the financial issues with this card, and so it's clarifying this card for me. And what's coming in here is that you will be fine money-wise. you don't need to make that as big of a factor as you're making it. I mean, yeah, it's a factor, but you're overblowing it. You're making it a bigger factor in the collection of all the factors that are going into this decision. So the Four of Pentacles is about financial security and having enough, and having something in the pot for security as well. So you're being told that this is happening for you if you don't already have this. Something is going to work out financially. You might get a loan, you might get a scholarship, something like that. If you don't see it now, something is in the works for you. So you don't need to make decisions off of the uncertainty of money in this situation. That's your guidance coming in. I feel that student energy coming in pretty strong for this reading. But I want to check in if there's something there for career. For career, it could be that you're thinking of leaving your career to go back to school and make a career shift. Or you're thinking of reducing your work hours, working part-time so that you can go back to school and do school part-time, work part-time. All of this is supported. All of this is the same energy of your ancestors acknowledging your worries and your frustrations of being in kind of like, you feel like you're in this catch-22 situation where it's like you want to break free, but you feel like you can't break free because there's responsibilities to be taken care of. And your ancestors are saying that it's kind of just you projecting into the future and like thinking worst case scenario. So they want you to, with the Knight of Cups, think of the best case scenario and let that help you break free of these thoughts that are, it's almost like you're hypnotizing yourself with these thoughts. Yeah, because again, remember, you have this, you will rise above the ashes, you'll find a way to become whole again. This is guiding you to your wholeness. I really feel like this is because of that word whole, this is a sense of like karmic soul wholeness, like a soul fragment arriving back to you through allowing yourself to choose this path. I don't usually have this kind of information coming in, but I think it's because it's your ancestors. They're cluing you into, there was a past life or more where you couldn't take this path, and that's informing your fear and your doubts for going ahead, because there was a past life where this wasn't available to you. Possibly because of your status or your identity in society at the time. But that's different now, and you do have this path open to you, and it's meant for you. And it's just a little bit of a little pat on the back of saying, you know, like, this is where the fears are coming from. Because that stuff isn't always apparent. I know from my own experience. Let's keep going. So Queen of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups. Knight of Wands. Ooh, lining with the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Swords in reverse. So many knights. Yeah, so this is already reaffirming what I've said with the Knight of Cups, using this action-oriented energy to break this barrier. And you've got a bunch of other knights coming in. So it's like, think of the three knights here, Cups, Wands, and Swords, as a team. The Knight of Cups is the leader for this team, for this particular project, leading yourself with your heart. Their right-hand knight is the Knight of Wands, the one who is curious and inspired and led and led by that inspiration. So if you lead yourself with your heart and your curiosity, it will be enough to break that barrier, to get this new cycle, this exciting new path that's meant for you started. Then you have the Knight of Swords, who is like team player number 3. So they're kind of the Knight of Swords is about like rationality and logic and thinking, and you're very strong in this, but you also are kind of dealing with an overthinking situation. And so the Knight of Swords is there on like standby, and they can come in and be like, okay, what about our day to day? What about our finances? They can come in and bring that up, but it's still the Knight of Cups who is the leader in this situation. And so they're there to kind of like bring up the practicalities, but not lead the charge on this situation only. So there might be other situations where it's a different arrangement and the Knight of Swords is in charge. It's not this situation though. I really feel like this is your main message, because I feel like this whole message is you need a little bit of that fire, a little bit of that burst to overcome this barrier, and it is an internal barrier, and get started on your exciting new path. So with the path, we have some messages here. The Nine of Cups is a blessing, and I will frame this to you as this is your blessing card. It's usually known as a wish card or an emotional satisfaction card, but there's something here that I think there's a key word that you might say yourself, this is a blessing, or someone will tell you like this is a blessing, you're blessed, and that is a key indicator for you that this is a gift from the universe to you, this path in general. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, first of all, I got the sense that if you were drawn to the second reading, which has Queen of Cups as a significator card, you might want to go ahead and check out that message. I haven't done the reading yet. I don't know what will come through, but this could be guiding you there if you were drawn in the first place. But you've got these two queens in reverse, and I think it's so cool. So it's Queen of Wands reverse, Queen of Cups reverse, but you have the Knight of Cups upright, Knight of Wands upright. And so it's you're a little bit in this developmental energy where once you break this barrier, what's on the other side of that, the portal that you're entering, is becoming yourself in this like double queen partnership, Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. Someone who seamlessly leads themselves by emotional intelligence, emotional understanding, even intuition, and someone who can lead themselves and others through inspiration and curiosity. So there's very much like I do get a guide or a teacher energy in your future, if not like also like someone who's like an innovator, like a social entrepreneur, someone who can maybe create something. Like I'm getting an image of, I'm being reminded of a office in my where I did my graduate studies. That was like a graduate student support office. And there were a couple directors of that office who remind me of this energy. They led the office and the programs in it with passion and with heart and belief. They carried this belief that this was important work and it could make a difference, and it absolutely did. I believe with my whole heart that by being offered the programs in that office and being supported by them, and them having them believe in me as well, because I think we're, as grad students, we're told to like develop the relationship with our advisor, but you rely on so many more people than just your advisor. And the graduate student support office, their belief in me really helped me develop my teaching direction in my portfolio and really landed me some good teaching jobs afterwards. And I owe a lot to them. I see this energy coming through with you. You are stepping into that kind of leadership role down the line, and it's happening at the other side of this door. So on the broom, it says, tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. So there really is some things, some practical things that just need to be taken care of. That can be the Knight of Swords job, so that you can, with the Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands, leap into your next level, which is going to be the Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands together. I feel like I want to hold these together for you so you can get a sense of the direction you're going in your future. And this is beautiful. I love these pairings. Okay, I want to finish out with a couple oracle cards. For sure, we need to get what was this called? The Sacred Medicine. Wind, change, number 21. Yeah, this is telling you to let the winds of your life carry you in the right direction. You just need to open your wings and flow with it and embrace the change. It's really like the Death and Rebirth card. I want to get I feel like there's something important in the guidebook for you. The second sentence says, okay, the first two sentences are, the winds of change are blowing today. What changes are calling you that you have been resisting? Yeah, that word resisting has come to me. I think I said it in the beginning. So there is a little bit of your resistance, but there's a bit of you, like I said, that resistance can be showing up as like a hypnotic state that you capture yourself in through fear specifically. You have the opportunity to free yourself of the past and step into a more supported vision. You're reminded to ask for help, and you're worthy of receiving. As you let go, you are able to move in a new direction faster than ever before. Allow this wind spirit to lift you up so you may release all that is heavy and holding you back. Be free. And that's also speaking to that karmic past life energy that's holding you back. This is really when you jump through this doorway, you're also releasing that heavy karmic past life stuff going on for you. So it's big work, and but this is a doorway that's being handed to you. It's a blessing that's being presented to you. So it's just waiting for you to take the leap. It's not going anywhere until you do. I love that there's these phoenix wings with the angel wings here too. Something significant about wings being a sign for you can look out for. Frolicking fox, cleverness, deduction, perseverance, playful trickster of the forest, grant me the gifts of speed and stealth. Yeah, that's like the night energy. It's the speed of this. And it's not speed as in, oh, there's pressure to make this move. It's more of speed as in building momentum, like I said. Building momentum from building yourself up from your heart guidance, building yourself up with your curiosity. It's the speed that's going to break the barrier of this hypnotic state that you're in. Ask your spirit guide, number 15. Oh, like I said in the Queen of Cups, you have that little bird. Ask your spirit guide, and you do have ancestors on your spirit team, so ask your ancestors as well. If there is an ancestor that you knew in this lifetime and you connect particularly well with them, start there. You can get the directions, you can get the advice yourself. You can get very good, specific advice on how to go forward in your path. They're ready to help you. Oh. The Hound and Pair, Loyalty, number 23. The Deer and Oat, Healing, number 15. And the Badger and Ginkgo, Healing, again, Healing Wounds, number 32. I love that you have 23 and 32. Those might be key sequences, like 2, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, I'll say 2, 3, 3, 2 would be a key sign for you, if you see that. That could be like on the clock. If you have the 24-hour clock, that would be like 11:32. That would be like something like that. You might see it in some way like that. Yeah, there's such a double emphasis on how you're healing this, and it's healing in multiple levels, multiple dimensions. With the Knight of Cups, this speaks to me, and the Queen of Cups, these are healing energies as well. Let the healing actions guide you, not the monetary fears. When you make decisions, ask yourself, what's going to be healing for me? What's going to be healing for my soul? What's going to heal those around me, my environment around me? And stay loyal and true to that direction. And that's your complete message, and I'm so excited for you, and you're doing such great work already. Like, I can see that you've made a lot of progress, and you might be feeling a little worn down, but you're really doing a great job, and this Nine of Cups is directly in your future, as well as the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. And so I'm wishing you so much love on that journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you always for sharing your energy on this channel so I can read it. And if you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading. If not, see you next time. Hi, reading 2. So you were drawn to this card. I am a work in progress, and that is okay. And it certainly is okay. And we have this very restful, I think I want to say it's a kind of a dragon. I see wings here. So a dragon, a small young dragon, being gentle with themselves, knowing that they're still growing and taking the time to rest. And so I really feel like that is your starting message from your ancestor guides, that think of this as a whole process, and be forgiving with yourself, with where you're at, and any shortcomings that you feel that are happening around that progress. It's, if you think about it in that way, hopefully you can forgive yourself for the little things that don't go perfectly, because it's all okay. You're making good progress in the end. Yeah, I really feel like you are a work in progress, but your work is making progress bit by bit. So yeah, self-forgiveness is coming through here. And I remember that I was picking up water energies. I'm feeling that again here, especially with the Queen of Cups. So you may be a water sign, in your astrological sign. But more so, I think this is just calling you, whatever signs and elements are in your chart, to embrace this water sign energy. And I almost feel like with the Queen of Cups, you're being called to tap into your inner mothering spirit to nurture yourself through this, to give yourself gentleness and care. Almost like, do you remember how, like this was a baby dragon, and I feel like the mother energy coming through, the Queen of Cups. There's some kind of internal relationship that you can start revising, an internal voice that might be critiquing you very hardly, or you maybe like you're hard on yourself. Your ancestor guides are encouraging you to change that voice into your more caring, nurturing, mothering voice that you give to others. Give that to yourself in this situation, because it looks like you have a beautiful voice. That phrase is coming in. So, I mean, however you see that coming through, maybe you're a singer, maybe you're great at delivering speeches, but there's something about your voice, whether it's the sound of your voice, but are also the words. And you can shine that onto yourself. You have a special skill with your voice here. That's really sweet. Yeah, and so that's the starting message for you. I hope you can see your cards okay. There's the sun's setting, so the light's going to be changing around, but it'd be interesting to see where it lands. So let's get more messages for reading 2 on how they can be guided by their ancestors on their work, career, or studies at this moment in that progression, in that journey. What are some key points of advice or support coming through now at the Capricorn full moon that reading 2 is particularly ready to hear? I see this little cluster of cards, and I want to take all of them together and then split here as well. So you have the 10 of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Cups, the Tower in reverse, the Moon in reverse. There's a lot of strong cards here. And the Queen of Cups, again, but in reverse, finishing out this line. So interesting. So there is far more water energy coming in now. If we had a lot of water energy before, it's just keeping up the pattern here. So you have multiple cups, another Queen of Cups, and then the Moon is also kind of associated with water and water signs. I think it's either Cancer or Pisces that's associated with the Moon. And so that means that there's been a lot going on emotionally in your emotional world. So your sense of satisfaction, your emotional fulfillment in your career, work, or studies progression is what's at the center of this message. And so that's what your ancestors want to address for you today to help you out. So I think that it looks like, how will I say this? Despite what's going on, like in the material, like the actual reality of like how things are playing out, the thing that your guides want to help you on is how you're processing how things are playing out for you in your journey. So it looks to me that there was some major disappointment, kind of like earth-shattering, something that you thought was your ultimate happiness and your ultimate sense of success, your identity in the world, something that you thought was stable was broken. in some way, and I'm not seeing real specifics for what that is. I might draw another card to help, but it could just also be a case that you know what this is. It's that big. It's something that you went through that you thought defined you, and you thought was the one stable thing in your life, and it turned out not to be. This could actually be family related, because I see next that you have found a sense of happiness and connection with a supportive group of friends or found family. And so that's one beautiful thing that I feel was guided to you by your ancestors, and something to believe in, something to redirect that broken energies into. So something you can define yourself by, something that you can trust the bonds of. That's been a beautiful gift to you. And it looks like it was very good timing that you had this network to get through a very difficult external event. So the tower is usually something that disrupts your life and can shift it in some way. So it could be something external, like if you're a student, like the program that you applied to actually got shut down. The advisor you wanted to work with actually found a job elsewhere, but you already started at the school. Something like that, you don't really have control over it. It's external factor, but it shifts your world. And then the moon card is about not being able to see some kind of truth. Often it could be something that's hidden in the subconscious, but these both are in reverse, telling me that this has already passed or it's ending soon. And you're coming into a period where that tower moment is ending, and with the moon you're gaining clarity on what all just happened with that and what it means for your life. This stuff was so significant that it kind of knocked you out of your Queen of Cups power. So you're at the stage where right now, I think at the time of the reading, where you're a little bit out of touch with your inner mother, your inner your intuitive connection, and your connection to your spirit guides too, because the Queen of Cups is all about intuitive knowing. I wonder if that mother energy was coming in because maybe this really is actually to do with your family line. I guess it must be, because we're doing an ancestor reading, right? Yeah, so it must be that this is the message that your ancestors want to convey to you about a very disruptive, devastating family event that happened recently, in which I see for many people you cut communication or walked away from part or all of your family, but found yourself caught, kind of, you found a haven with non-blood family, people who support you. So this is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot to be going through, and at the same time still trying to pursue your success in your career, work, and studies. So I think that's where that question bubble is right now, is like okay, like this all happened, this, you're getting a handle on this. So like it's almost like that, like getting back on track with your career, work, or studies. And that's why this message is coming in of I am a work in progress, and that's okay. Because there's a lot happening. There's a lot that's being worked on right now. So I want to continue getting messages for you. This next line, the Hierophant. the Four of Swords in reverse, and I actually felt Four of Swords energy with your I am a work in progress card coming through. The Hermit in reverse, a lot of major arcana. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this is coming in as the advice of getting you back on track. So the Hierophant is definitely, I feel that this is definitely a key message for students or people in institutions of higher learning. So the Hierophant is definitely speaking to those areas. And so you are on this track and you're being encouraged to take it really slow, to remember that you're in a work in progress. There's no catching up that needs to happen. You are exactly where you need to be. You're going at exactly the pace that is right for you. Wherever you're at, you're just fine. The Hermit in reverse with the Queen of Pentacles is encouraging you, though, to take initiative on some idea you have to contact people. There are people you want to connect with. So essentially, you're being encouraged to get out of your hermit mode where you're kind of reflecting and navigating yourself internally and start knocking on doors. The phrase knocking on doors is coming to me. So that's literal. That's meaningful to hear that for some people. That you can just go to, say it's a professor, just knock on their door at office hours and connect with them. And it's going to go great. You've had this idea and I think you've been holding yourself back from doing it. Now is a good time, your ancestors are saying, to go ahead and connect with that person. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, there's a couple messages here. First, that you don't need anyone's help to get to where you're going. You have it all within you. But of course you can always ask for assistance, but you are going to make your own success in the end, and other people are just going to be there to help you along, and they will be happy to help you along. But you don't have to think of yourself as depending on anyone else for your success. The other message here is help yourself first before you help others. I get the sense that you've been putting others and helping others over yourself. And now is the time to start prioritizing your own self-help. Yeah. So you have a very clear path forward, taking it step by step, being gentle with yourself. I see that the doors are opening as soon as you knock on them. So you can take these steps. I don't want to say it's going to be easy, but it feels pretty like you're ice skating right through those doors. Something like that. I want to start getting some oracle cards for you. Okay. The Coyote and Datura Deceit, number 37. The Cayman and Poppy Dreams, number 20. Ooh. Okay. So I kind of got the hunch, because you kept getting the Queen of Cups, and the Moon, that you have intuitive abilities. You might have been out of touch with them, but I think you're starting to regain that connection, that language. You're going to be protected from some kind of deceit, whether that's a person or a situation, but it's going to come to you in a dream. So cool. And that's from your ancestors. They will present you this dream or show up in this dream and convey the message to you. Tobacco offering, number 45. Earth Mother, surrender, number 43. There's that mother energy coming through again. You're really being encouraged to connect with your inner mother and like the energies of the Earth Mother more generally. There's something really about, oh, and there's the water again. Yeah, really about that healing waters and the mothering energy that's so important right now. It's so important actually for you, because I just saw the Queen of Pentacles as your potential advisor as well, the person who helps you. It's important for you to tap into that inner mother, to offer that, to offer that to yourself, offering yourself your own mothering energies, so that you're not seeking it outside of you and pretty much depending on other people to fill that mothering role, when it's really you who can and needs to do it for yourself. And it's not like a sad thing, like you're mothering yourself. It's like you're a great inner mother, whether you're like you've stepped into that role in the physical world yet or not, or never. But you can provide that great mothering to yourself, and you're also channeling in that mothering energy from your ancestors. And so they are mothering you as well as you mother yourself. This is what they want to offer to you, and this is what they want you to also offer to yourself. It's like one and the same. And you have that third eye open here. You might be like awakening, or I feel like reawakening spiritually. You're really getting connected in a significant and powerful way. And just trust that. Trust yourself on this. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yeah. So hovering around this whole talk about mothering, right, is who are you mothering? You're mothering your inner child. And what's beautiful about the more that you nurture and mother and tend to your inner child, the more your gifts, your intuitive and psychic gifts are going to be flourishing and helping you along. This is really related to your path, your career, work, study path. It's a part of it, and there's a reason that you're awakening to it at this moment. Oh wow, oh my gosh. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So for sure, you're going through an awakening right now. I mean, that would make sense why it's been so difficult. This recent road, it's especially when you get the Tower card, and I would say the Moon as well, it's shaking you up to something that you need to know that shifts your whole world, shifts the whole way you see the world. So just some, reassurance that this is what's happening to you, and your ancestor guides are here with you the whole way, communicating with you and ready to communicate with you in a more direct way through your own intuitive abilities. You may have already been getting their messages, like say in dreams, or in lucid dreaming, and yeah, those are messages, and you can start. I feel like when you're awakening, when you start acknowledging them as real messages, then that starts to strengthen the communication lines already. Let's finish out with one more healing card. Listen to the voice within when it persists, number 39. Okay, and that's your inner voice, your inner mother. We've been talking about this whole time. And also clairaudience abilities. So you might actually hear phrases, kind of like I did when I was telling you this one, knock on doors. That was a clairaudient phrase that I heard internally in the inner voice. And it was, the reason I knew that that was a clairaudient channeled message is it kind of like repeated like a record, like knock on doors, knock on doors, knock on doors. And so I was like, okay, I need to say that, knock on doors. So if that happens to you, that is a message coming to you from your ancestors. Yeah, and this is your complete reading. To be honest, like I'm touching into my emotions, it feels like a really exciting time in your awakening. Some of these darker moments have already completed, and it's more of you integrating what has happened, integrating your new sense of self into your spiritual gifts, and kind of the combination, the integration of all of those is setting you on this course, this destined course that you're meant to walk, which combines your spiritual awakening and the knowledge from that with the skills that you're learning in the physical, in your studies or your career progression. And yeah, let's just finish off by remembering that you are a work in progress, and that's okay. You're a work in progress on so many levels. So it's really gonna take time, and I hope that helps you understand like why it needs to take the time, because you're doing big work internally and externally. And so I'm wishing you so much love on that journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes that you can offer. Thank you always for sharing your energy so I can read on this channel. If you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading, and if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 3. You were drawn to this cute hedgehog telling you that you are capable and you can do this. Very clear message from your ancestors. I mean, we're going to expand upon it, but I can already see that this is the main message, loud and clear, that they want to get to you. And then you're also drawn to the Four of Swords in reverse. So actually the Four of Swords energy came up pretty strong in reading 2. So if you were drawn to that initially, then I would encourage you, to go back and probably check out the message there. It was a slightly different message that I'm picking up with the Four of Swords here. But yeah, just confirmation if you were drawn. So with the Four of Swords in reverse here, I'm feeling a little bit of an energizing energy, that you are kind of resting up. You've done some great resting up and taking care of yourself and instituting some good self-care practices that are really showing results. They're like showing up. I feel like at this point you're really recognizing some of the care practices that you've been putting together are really, I guess you could say, paying off, but like there's visible like encouragement that it's really working for you. And you're in a great flow with this self-care routine, and your message is definitely to keep it up, but also that you're ready now to kind of take that energy and get started on this thing that you can do and you want to do ahead of you. Just a little encouragement there from your guides coming through. So let's get some more tarot cards. What can reading 3 know from their ancestors regarding their career, work, study path now at the Capricorn full moon? Harnessing those energies to do with success and work and getting the job done, getting to their point of milestone that they have in mind right now. And further messages of encouragement, always welcome. So you're getting the Broom in reverse. This card actually popped up in reading 1 in the exact same placement. So also, if you were drawn to reading 1, then there might be a message there for you as well. The Moon in reverse. The Chariot. And the Three of Wands. It looks to me that there was a period that you were resisting change. I think it felt overwhelming for you, and this is where the self-care routine, you recognize that you needed to take care of yourself over this tumultuous type of energy, this portal opening up to you that you weren't ready to step through. But with the moon in reverse, there was something that came to light recently, I'll say, that has made you more comfortable with closing out this chapter and walking through that next door. And that's exactly what's happening with the Chariot card. And because it's July, it's Cancer season, all of that associated with the Chariot, number 7, I would say this is like really happening right now. All of this is very current energies for you. So you're ready to set off, ready to go through this door and set off on this journey, whatever that is. I'm not seeing exactly what that is, because I believe it's going to be different for everyone watching, but it's the shared energy of you've processed this stuff and you're ready to set sail wherever that goes. And the Three of Wands, it's like the opportunity is also coming towards you. I want to read these two to you. It says, you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. Put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. You are capable. You can do this. I mean, that's a full message, right? It's almost like your ancestors wrote you a letter really encouraging you that this is the right time. That path is unfolding in front of you, and that opportunity is barreling towards you down the path. You're ready to converge. Something about the 7 and the 3. So I think something significant might have started around July 3rd. So you might look back to that time recently, because I'm recording this on July 20th. A few weeks ago, if there was something that significant that happened, it could have been like a message, because this figure is holding a letter, some kind of new opportunity at the door there. Yeah, let's keep getting cards. So Justice in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely, you're going places. So these are definitely lining up in conjunction with the first message to kind of add on and clarify, add on a message to that first line. So the resistance to going through that door was some sort of injustice that happened to you, in whatever way that's landing, however you want to understand that. It could be like a more social injustice, or like an internal sense of injustice that never got served, or it could be like a legal sense of injustice. That's kind of the thing that was holding you back from making you resist change, holding you back from stepping into this new chapter of your life. With the Moon in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse, there's something there with the inner child wanting to come through in the subconscious, kind of trapped a little bit beneath the surface of the subconscious there. But I also see like this is the thing that's coming to light. You're gaining a better sense of, so the word, it starts with a C, compassion for your inner child, and that compassion is drawing your inner child to the surface and helping you reconnect to heal this kind of situation here with the Death and Rebirth card, the Broom, and the injustice happening. I don't think I need to explain what this is, because I think it's so big in your life that you already know what I'm talking about here, and it's different for everyone. And then moving forward, you have a 7 reflecting a 7 of Pentacles in reverse here. The initial message I'm getting is that you're ready to start on this path, but you don't have a clear vision yet of what that harvest will look like on the path. So what does step 7 look like to you? You're here at step 1, and your guides are encouraging you to set your course by looking at what does step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 look like. Go all the way to step 7. And the 7 of Pentacles step is like the harvest hasn't happened yet. It's like you've been working on something and you start to see the signs of success, but it's not the full picture yet. And they're saying you don't need the full picture, but you just need to like get in your head, what does it look like leading up to that full picture? So say that you want to work at a certain NGO. You don't have to see what that endpoint looks like with the NGO, but they're asking you what do you need to get to that point of working at that specific NGO. That's your 7 of Pentacles. Do you need a degree in a certain field? Do you need some practical hands-on experience in an internship? That's your 7 of Pentacles, and they're asking you to get clear about that because it looks like you haven't really thought through it or thought about it yet. That will be your compass. That will navigate you to the right place. And it's kind of like manifesting. Like when you manifest, you want to have a vision board, right? You want to be very clear with exactly what it is you want to materialize. That's what's happening here to lead you down your path. And then finally, with the Knight of Pentacles, very encouraging. This is the energy of taking action, very slow and deliberate and thoughtful action to chart a course forward. You have another path here. And it's just, everyone will bet on the Knight of Pentacles to get where they're going in the end because they've thought through every step. They've planned it out meticulously. It might take a little bit longer, but they're going to get there in the end to the King of Pentacles point. So this is very encouraging that you are starting on this path, but there's very good, what's the word? There's very good, all bets are on you. Like there's a lot going for you right now. Yeah, you don't have to feel like there's a big risk. It doesn't feel like a big risk to me. It feels like everything's going to be planned out well. And you're going to do this. You can do this. You're totally capable of doing this. I feel weirdly like I want to get one more tarot card. The 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the spell work. So this is a workplace card, and this is about working together, but in the typical 3 of Pentacles there is a mentor guiding to novices. So could also be about connecting with the right mentor and the right team. So yeah, if there's some situation, going back to the NGO example, where you need some hands-on experience to land that job by the time you graduate, you would want to connect with get an internship from somebody at that specific NGO or a similar one, and then you'll be learning from them as well as your other internship team. And that's going to be very fruitful for you. So if you have something like that in mind already, this is a confirmation for you that that's going to play out very well for you. That could definitely be part of your plan going forward. So you have the Skunk and Magnolia, protection number 21. You're so protected all along this path by your ancestors specifically. They're going to be with you the whole way. I feel like for some people it's kind of funny that a skunk popped up. Like you might have like a family joke or some kind of joke or funny thing that happened around skunks. That's kind of a confirmation for you. 2, dark spirit moon, void. The canvas is open for you to paint it however you want. New spirit moon, hope, number 2 and number 3. Yeah, there's a lot of positivity and hopefulness in this. It's kind of like wishing on a star energy. That vision board again, like it can be anything you want. So I want to read you some excerpts. So something that stood out to me here is for the dark spirit moon. Have compassion for yourself during the darkness. Darkness is neither good nor bad and often brings the deepest gifts. This is a reminder that you are worthy of taking space and time. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and allow the truth of this time to give you clarity. And with the new spirit moon, it says a sliver of hope and magic. The new moon is a clean slate for you to create. Call up your intentions during this time. Listen to the rumbles of creation that exist in the core of your soul. What lights you up? What feels like fuel for your sacred fire? What is calling to you from the invisible realm of possibility? And how will you feel when your dreams become reality? Yeah, this is a time of possibility. Center your mind with the most healed outcomes you can imagine. Miracles are possible. Yeah, it's really like wishing on a star energy and creating whatever it is that you want to dream up in a very kind of hopeful, healed vision. I just touched the Page of Cups in reverse. This is a vision that you create in coordination with the healing of your inner child, that work that you've been doing. So a great time to pull our healing spirits card next. Okay, there's our card. It is time to move forward, loud and clear. Number 5. I mean, I don't even need to explain it. Your reading has been so funny. Like, there's been some very literal messages coming in for you, so I don't even need to explain that. It's time to move forward. But there is, I will explain that there's the heart chakra lit up here. So there's something kind of becoming unblocked and clearing and healing in your heart space that's allowing you to move forward. Again, could be the Page of Cups, the inner child that you're gaining clarity on and healing and working together with. Last card for our reading, number 3. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. I really think this links back up with the I'm going to put them both in the front. The broom card. There's something that you weren't letting go of, and your ancestors want to let you know that it's not yours to carry anymore. Maybe never in the first place. This is something that was inherited through your ancestor line and that your ancestors have been carrying for a while. You don't have to carry it. It doesn't have to be all on you, and you can just let it go however you figure out to do that. And the imagery here really makes me think of these two cards. Also, again, the dark spirit moon and the new spirit moon, it looks like wishing on a sea of stars here. Like, really, you can let it go and you can just go into that void and dream up your life ahead for yourself. You don't need to be held down by this ancestor kind of like karma weight anymore. They're letting you free. They're really letting you free and telling you it's time to move forward. for yourself as much as for your ancestor line as well. You'll be pulling them all along with you in some way, and you're totally capable of doing all of this great, incredible work ahead of you. And so that's your complete message. I am wishing you so much love on this journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well every step of the way. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes you can offer. Thank you always for sharing your energy on this channel so I can read. And if you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading, and if not, I will see you next time.